So, I'm back on the show.
Alan's back.
That's me.
Took a while.
It's been a minute. I was busy doing stuff and things. But you know what I am excited for, though? COVID is winding down, which means that there's less restrictions and there's more things opening up. And what that means is there's more live music, which I'm sure, I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the show, but I like music and I like live shows.
Who would have thunk?
Who'd have thunk, right? But I'm stoked. There's I've been every time I get on Facebook and stuff like that, I keep seeing more and more shows being announced, tours being announced, and I'm like finally we're getting some sort of normalcy back, and I'm so excited for. I'm sure it's still going to be a little different. They're going to have even if the mitigation standards get lifted, I'm sure there's still going to be some kind of restrictions, but I really don't care at this point. I'm here for it. I want the live music, and I'm really stoked about that. And with that being said, we have someone that can kind of talk about that and talk to that point today.
Yes, we do.
So with that, ladies and gents, please welcome Travis Sanders of Reaper Booking. Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, we're gonna put a clap track in there later. Don't worry, it's gonna be like Seinfeld where everyone's like, ha 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 ha,
and then we're gonna end this episode with a bass line.
Oh my god!
Can we do that? Is that legal, Chris? Okay, we're gonna take this. No, Travis, man, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
So you run Reaper Booking.
I do.
Tell us about that. Tell us the things and stuff.
Tell us everything we need to know about Reaper Booking.
Well, we've been booking for about 2 years now. Well, I guess it's been 3.
Yeah,
the
3
past
now.
year.
It was technically off.
We couldn't do anything. COVID really ruined that not just for us, but for everybody. But I guess it gave a lot of people opportunity because, now Love Drafts is opening up a big brewery.
Yeah, they are.
Hey.
So that's given us a place to really put on some big shows.
I'm saying,
real big shows.
JB's is pretty much one of your main customers for venues wise, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much where we've been booking for 2 years that we were doing it. We did one show we tried to do, at the Champ. Everybody remembers the Champ.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
And we got
two
booted.
blatantly different responses to that. He's like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, brother," and I'm like, "Ugh."
Dude, come on, the Champ was fucking sick. It was sick in its own way.
It had its prime years, it had its golden days, but it went down when it started going downhill. It went downhill quick.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, it had its moments. That I remember going down to the Champ all the time.
Yeah.
We went down there and it was you literally went down just to go see who was playing. It didn't matter what
you didn't even know.
You didn't need a flyer. You just went. Oh, what are we doing Saturday night? Let's go to a show.
Yep.
So we go down there, and then it became like, oh, I don't want to go down there unless there's any good bands. And when there was good bands, it was kind of dead,
Yeah.
Which was weird.
And then you throw in, Varials and Gideon, and the place is freaking packed.
Or ABR, and it's like you have literally people
Whitechapel,
pouring out the building.
The funny thing about the end of Champ was people always be like, "Oh yeah, the Champ is fucking garbage. Never going there again." And their favorite band comes on Gideon or something like that, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, Champ is sick, dude. Let's go."
You're not wrong.
Let's all get together.
I was definitely one of those people. I was like, I fucking hate the Champ. Yo, did you hear so and so is playing? Fucking when? I'll be there.
$20. All right,
I'll pay $30. I don't even care.
That was the best thing. Back in the day, whenever we were you were saying "Oh yeah, we don't care who's playing. We'll just go check out a show." It was $12, and you're like, if it's shitty, it was $12. Who cares? I'll leave.
Yeah, all your friends were there.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
What else are you gonna go do? I'm gonna go to a bar. No, I'm not 21, so
I'm going to go to a show. I'm going to go listen to loud music, blow out my eardrums, and in between every set, I'm going to give myself lung cancer.
Just smoke.
It just smoke nonstop.
Oh my
That's
god.
all it was. But so you guys primarily book at JB's. What kind of genre do you typically book for? Who are your main customers for booking?
I mean, most of it, what we do is hardcore, deathcore, death metal, pretty much anything that's heavy, fast. Kind of get somebody hurt. It's really what it is.
The shows where you're like, I'm going to go in the pit, and you're like, no, I'm not.
If you go in the pit, you're definitely going to get swung at.
Yeah. You
go
get close to the pit, you're gonna get.
You go in the pit, and you see the big dude with face tattoos, and you're like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to people with face tattoos. I'm just saying,
Just not built like that.
All of you guys that are big dudes with face tattoos, hearing me say this, You're fucking laughing because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Because you know you've knocked someone's teeth out before.
It's exactly. I'm like, I'm gonna go in the pit, and they're like, no, you're not. And you're like, you're right, I'm not.
Their arms are tree trunks bigger than my chest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand next to you. I don't even want to stand near you. I like you, but I'm not standing near you.
I'm sure you're a great.
Stand in the back.
Sure, you're a great person, but in the pit, you're my worst enemy.
Yes.
But all those people definitely give back to the community, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah, it's true.
You know, they show up
really is
to
true.
they show up to every show that we do. You know, especially if it's hardcore. Most of those guys are big hardcore fans. So you put on a hardcore show, and it just draws all those guys out. They support every single show, especially since the start of what we started doing. You know, and that's awesome. The deathcore shows are a little bit rougher. That's why we started getting on this big kick. You know, let's mix this hardcore and deathcore stuff together. You know, the deathcore guys are like, it's music, and the hardcore guys are like, why would you do that?
I'm not gonna lie.
know?
That's how I was when we played. I mean, we were like progressive metalcore, maybe if you wanted to get like technical. I think like progressive post-hardcore.
Yeah, I was gonna say more posty.
Post-hardcore because of the singing and the spoken word. But like I remember when we played with what are they called? Tyler Beam's band. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Promise Breaker.
Yeah, Promise Breaker, and it was what's it called? Keen and Jeremy's band.
Conquest.
No.
Aberrance.
Aberrance.
Oh, yeah.
We were playing with them, and then there was, I think it was like Code Orange or something. No, I'm sorry, that was Brent's band that played with Code Orange. But there was like some other super heavy hardcore band. Dude, I literally compared it to, it was at the barn shows that we used to have. And I remember after we played that show, I was like, why are we here? And they were like, what? What do you mean? I was like, this, and you mentioned Whitechapel, but I was like, this is like having We Came as Romans open for Whitechapel. I was like, it makes no sense. And we're maybe if there was like another one with us, so it was like there was two. No, we were the only one. We're like, hey guys, like happy to be here. Here's some super emotional lyrics, and like I hope it touches you in your heart. And the next person comes, he's like, I want you to fucking punch the dude right in the fucking face right next to you. Fucking, and I was like,
Everybody's out there crying, and now they just want to beat the crap out of each other.
I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, good show, guys. You guys killed it. Thank you. And they're like, oh, thanks. But yeah,
Thanks
you're
for
right,
making
though.
us cry, Alan, while you're up there singing.
I know, right? But no, you're right though. But it felt weird. But like, if it was done more frequently, I think it would be like, I think it's a great idea. I love to see that integration. I love it.
Yeah, and we've done it a whole bunch of times, and when we got Cognitive in, and we were a little worried, you know.
They're the ones from New Jersey.
Yeah, and they're freaking awesome.
They're so
tech death,
good.
and they're so good. I mean, even live, they put on a really good performance. But
Their
we were
lead
worried
vocalist kind
about
of looks
their-
like a Guido, kind of, right?
Their lead vocalist. He's a really small dude, really nice dude, but he's really
I
short.
hope that's not. Is that offensive? Is that an offensive term, Guido?
They said it on the Jersey Shore. I think you're allowed. I don't
Yeah,
know.
We'll bleep
I mean,
it,
they're
it's
all from
okay.
Jersey. I mean,
They got family in
Everyone's
Jersey.
gonna
You're
fill in the
allowed.
blank of what he said. Oh, he looks like a beep. He looks like a beep beep.
Yeah, maybe we should just leave Guido in there.
Yeah, just
Actually,
leave it
we
in
don't
there.
want the minds to wander too much.
We're gonna bleep them all. We're gonna bleep it every time.
But yeah,
Okay, guys, listen. On the count of three, we're all gonna say it, so none of us can singularly get in trouble. Okay. But no, fucking what? Before Guido, what was the name of that band again? Sorry.
Cognitive.
Cognitive.
And so we brought them in, and they had a tour package that came in with them, and we were like, you know what, let's try to boost up the amount of people. Let's throw some hardcore bands on here and see what happens. So we got Bench Press. They're huge. They've toured all over the freaking world, and the moment that Rob came in and he told us, he's like, why don't I try to get Bench Press with you guys? Our eyes lit up. I mean, as soon as we mentioned it to a few people, they were like, dude, if you pull that off, that's going to be awesome. And we did. So, we threw them in at the end to keep the people there. And that show was awesome. I mean, it was a Sunday, so we didn't expect much, but it really turned out great.
That's awesome
Yeah,
when
for a
you have
Sunday show.
like low expectations and then they're just shattered.
And now we booked Cognitive a second time, but COVID came around and, basically said, no, you're not coming here. I'm sorry. But, now we're trying to get them back again because, they're awesome. They love the place. And now with the new brewery, it's a bigger place. They really want to come.
Get some bigger shows in there and stuff.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And
that's
then
sick.
we had Last 10 Seconds of Life, and those are the guys that I'm chomping at the bit to bring these guys back. And I'll gladly bring them back. I'll bring any of them, any of their friends. Let's do this. Bring a tour package because
That's awesome.
I mean, that's big stuff,
Dude, yeah.
And we were right there. We had all this big stuff coming in, and then it just It's just all.
That's
ended.
how we were too. I mean, like
I feel
were.
like that's how a lot of people were, man.
Yeah,
like all the
yeah.
bands we've had on here, like everybody, like Patty, the dudes, Alan, Nick from Something Like Wolves, like all of them were like getting ready to like release albums, and then fucking bam, COVID happened.
We signed here January of 2020, and like once we started telling people, they're like, you know, like, hey, like we got sponsored, we're shooting out of an actual recording studio, like our books just like filled up. We were like booked out like what, like 3 months,
Yeah.
whatever, and then just because it's been like such a trickle effect with like things opening or like certain limitations coming up, you have people that are like, fuck it, I don't care, I'll come, and you have the other people that are like, I'm not sure if I should come out and do this.
You
So
know,
it's like I'm
come
not
out
saying
if
like we're
everybody's
struggling, but like
vaccinated,
it's
and wearing
yeah,
a mask, and
it's just
sitting
a
down,
schedule
and
that
it's
you're like you know you're fine to come on, and they're like, oh well, am I? And I'm like, yeah, that's why we're booking you. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna think about it. And I'm like, okay, whatever, like we're gonna fill your slot then, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, which, no, we're polite, we'll try to work around you if you want to come on the show and everything, but I'm just saying, like, you know, don't yank us around because we're not down for that.
So I don't really know. Like, I'm sure if you've booked shows at JB's, I've been to a few shows there. I'm sure I've been to a few of yours. You guys were previously known as PA Hate, and then have made some changes and stuff like that. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, when we first started, you know, we basically Keith and I got together, and he said, "This is what we are naming it." You know, there was a lot of divide, there was a lot of just separation in the scene, and it seemed like, you know, some people were really against certain things, and some people were really for it, and it just was like, man, I don't like this. I don't like the divide. We're all here for the same purpose. We're here to heal, to listen to music, to beat each other in the face. You know, that's why we're there. And as much as I'm not going to go out there and get beat in the face or punch anyone in the face, I love watching it. And I'm sure
I'm
there's
here
plenty
for
of
it.
people out there that probably think the same sinking thing.
Oh, yeah.
I like watching it. That's why I sit by the bar, drink my beer, and, you know, watch people get hurt. That's the point of it. But, you know, when we started, we wanted to bring everybody together. It wasn't about the separation, this divide anymore. It was all about hateful music. We're all into the same thing. We're all into this hard, brutal, hateful freaking music, and we just wanted to spread it. So we started with promotion. We started trying to just get bands that we knew we liked and just promote them, get them out there, so that everybody knew who they were. And we started with bands that nobody knew about. I mean, obviously we brought in Flesh of the Lotus. Most people know who they are, especially anybody that's in this area. I mean, they kind of suck, but
Dude,
they're
terrible.
really nice guys.
Really nice,
Really
like the
nice
nicest,
guys,
the
but-
nicest guys.
That drummer is terrible.
Oh,
I mean,
he's so offbeat. It's ridiculous.
maybe if it took that nose ring out, it wouldn't be so beat.
He wouldn't be so top heavy. Just like, you know what I mean? Oh my! He probably got married or something.
Yeah,
Something
well, I mean,
stupid.
We love those guys.
Yeah.
So it's all right. But, you know, we brought them all in, and we went and we just said, screw it, let's put on a big festival. So we booked over the Champ and tried to get 12 bands to play there. So we did. We pulled it off. We got 12 bands, 6 hardcore, 6 deathcore, and then the Champ basically told us, you can't play here. So we had to find a whole new venue. Luckily, the guy who was renting or owns the Champ itself, not the building, but the company, was like, I will move you over to the Chameleon Club and let you do your show there. So we did. But in all of that happening, we got an offer from JB Love Drafts that said, hey, come book shows once a month. And then we did all that. But now we did that for 2 years. And then we decided that, you know, about a year in, we were like, this name probably isn't the greatest name. We should think about changing this. This isn't representing who we are as people. We're not hateful people. I'm not against anybody. We're all here for the same reason.
It was like a metaphor for the music, which I thought was awesome.
And it was awesome. People loved it. People bought shirts. I mean, I
dude.
see shirts on freaking Goodwill. Like, I see them at Goodwill.
That's gonna be so
That's
cool.
actually pretty cool.
It's kind of weird. Like, I see a shirt that, you know, not only did we buy them, but we printed them ourselves. So to see those at Goodwill was like, oh, that is cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy that just for nostalgia.
Right?
Exactly. It's a small. I'm not buying it. I see why you traded this in.
Oh, it shrunk. My bad. That was the first run.
So we went through names, man. We went through months worth of names, hundreds, thousands of freaking names. And we finally, every time we came up with a good name, we're like, oh, that could be misconstrued. Let's not switch from one misconstrued name to another misconstrued name.
Yeah.
So then we finally came up with Reaper. We're like, well, let's think about this for a second. Could this be misconstrued?
I am so not a Reaper.
And you know what? If you can misconstrue Reaper, be my guest. But it has nothing to do with any of that besides the fact that we love death metal and deathcore and hardcore. So
death.
Yeah, death.
Reaper.
Yeah.
So
that's
we changed it. And awesome enough, the wonderful new sponsors that we have, Laser Fang Tattoo, did the artwork for us.
I feel like they
did our logo.
I feel like they're like upstairs above us or something.
Mr. Todd did all
Mr.
of our
Todd.
stuff. He's an
himself.
awesome dude.
I need to get him on here.
We still need to get him on here.
He did wonderful artwork. I can't complain about our logo.
No, it turned out really good.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. And, I look forward to seeing anything else that he can do for us for flyers and whatever else he wants to do. We still have Drop of Ink. They're still going to sponsor us. So we have them two kind of working together to do everything. And it's awesome. When we brought that up to him, I was really concerned. I was like, oh no, this is going to start this is going to start something. But no, they were totally awesome about it. And they were like, yeah, let's do this. Drop of Ink's not far from here. Laser Fang is literally upstairs. So it worked out. We're still going to keep Line and Anchor, but now we're basically branching out and saying, hey, who else wants to sponsor? If you want to sponsor us, hit us up.
We'll put our name on there.
Well, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, let's go.
Let's promote
Doctor?
the crap out of it.
Doctor?
We're in.
Doctor?
I don't shake with left hands, dude. I'm a salesman. Come on. Respect.
Doctor.
No.
Doctor.
That's almost
fine, Doctor.
See, that's blasphemy, bro. Come on.
Blasphemy. So you got all this going on. You're getting all these sponsors. You're getting all of these new sponsors. We got JB's, their new location opened up, which I know is going to be like one of your prime hotspots.
Oh, I'm so excited.
When is that open, by the way?
Oh, that's like what? Like this month?
There's no definite date. But I would say probably June, July-ish. Keep your hopes up. Keep your fingers crossed. And
oh, yeah.
I'm ready to go drink some beer.
And have a full... Instead of, I'm ready to go drink some beer and it not be like... So that's the stage? And they're like... Full stacks it is.
That picture is of Cognitive. The band is in that picture as Cognitive, yes.
That's awesome. Okay.
That's sick.
That's funny as hell. That makes that way funnier. So you got all this going on though, but what's your image for 5 years from now? Like, where do you guys see yourself as like a company 5 years from now, 5-10 years from now? Like, what's the ideal future that you see for Reaper?
Hopefully we can get some really big shows in here, whether we're booking at Love Drafts or we're booking anywhere, even if it's Club XL or
how will you determine like whether like you did it, like whether you're a good booking agent, like how will you determine like that's a shit booking agent and like no, you need to book with them? Like how's that game work?
I mean, I imagine that it's all on how the bands are treated, how the venue sees you, how you just treat people in general. I mean, if you're not paying your bands, you're automatically
shit.
In my opinion, you're shit. But I also leave that in the hands of the venue too, because the venue will screw you over just as easily as a booking agent.
That's true.
So if I'm a booking agent and I go to book somewhere else, they're going to give me a deal. And that deal is now forcing me to make money through those ticket sales. And if I don't make enough money through those ticket sales, guess what? Those bands are getting screwed because, well, that money's coming out of my pocket. So I'm only going to pay the guarantee. But all those local bands that showed up, I can't pay you.
Yeah.
So the nice part about working with Love Drafts is that was never the agreement. We always made it a big deal that we pay the bands. It's always been that way, and it's always going to be that way. And I can't imagine it being any other way.
So that's your job as the booking. Like your job as the booking agent is to find the venues that are going to pay them. Like make sure they get paid.
And granted, Love Drafts has a huge advantage to over most of these. I mean, you go to Lizard Lounge, the only thing that they were able to sell was alcohol.
Yeah.
So where are they making their money? They really weren't. They were making it off ticket sales. Champ, they literally weren't selling anything else. Yeah, they had a little store, but man, who's
buying $1 slice of pizza? You're not making any money off that.
No.
They jack up the price of the water to $5, and maybe they could do something. But then who would buy it? I'll just go outside my car because you're letting me go outside.
Yeah.
So Love Drafts has a huge advantage. They have a huge advantage. They sell food, really awesome food,
really good food.
And they sell beer, and they have a large selection of beer, and the brewery is probably going to have just a large selection of their own made beer now. So
That's crazy.
You know, that gave us a huge advantage over any other booking place. You know, and I feel bad for a lot of the other booking places because you do struggle. I mean,
I'm
if we were
sure.
to book anywhere else, because we've definitely tried, and we want to start booking outdoor shows, especially now that it's summertime.
Of course.
And we want to go places and do shows wherever we can. If you got a house that we can use, we'll gladly throw a show in your house.
Put it on the Facebook, or when we post this video, put it in the comments. Let us know.
You got a garage, a barn, a backyard, a grandma, a tent, grandma. We'll put it in a tent as long as it can hold more than 3 people.
Full stacks it is.
I know a place under a bridge. Can we do that?
Hey, if we can make it legal and work, well, I'm down.
Let's do it.
We got to kick homeless Dan out of the way. Like, hey, get out of here.
Say, Dan, man, come on.
What?
We're not homeless now.
I actually didn't even realize that.
We'll throw down some sheets of rotten plywood for the stage.
There we go. Yeah.
That's the way
Love
to
it.
do it. That's the way. If you're not getting splinters, you're not getting metal, all right?
I need at least 3 broken hypodermic needles laying on the ground, or else I'm not satisfied.
You know, I feel bad. A lot of these bands, they travel. When we've had bands come from Pittsburgh, they're local bands that come all the way from Pittsburgh, from New Jersey, from New York. I mean, New York City even. We've had them travel from the bottom of Virginia, and they come up here, and the last thing I want to do is make sure that, you know, oh, sorry, you're driving home with nothing. You know, let's get these guys some money, you know, and I know that's hard for a lot of these booking agents and a lot of these venues and a lot of that stuff, but it's a big deal to these bands. I mean, they are the ones that are literally putting in the work. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I put in work too. I made the flyer, I got the bands together, and that can be frustrating at times as well.
I'm sure.
Because a lot of these guys, as wonderful as most of them are, there's always the few that aren't. And those are the ones that make it really difficult, you know, but I'm still going to pay you to play your show because you're up there sweating, and guess what? I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, you've made the music, you deserve it. So you deserve it as much as I do. So we've gone this whole time.
Even if I don't get along with you, you still deserve it.
Exactly. Even if I don't like your band or I don't like you as a person, you still deserve to get paid. You know,
And
I think there's only
equal opportunity
I
employment.
think there's
right
only
there.
2 bands that I didn't pay, and that's because we literally threw them out.
Were they just
Oh, I,
dicks?
I remember hearing the one. Yeah.
Oh man, they were just disrespectful. You know, disrespectful not only to us,
Wasn't
but to
didn't the one
venue.
like spit on someone or something? What was that?
There was one with the packing peanuts, and that was my favorite. With the big giant tube of freaking packing peanuts that they came in with, 4 foot tall stack of packing peanuts that came in, and both me and the owner kind of looked at each other and we're like, "What the hell is this for? What are they doing? Oh, it's just a stage prop." Okay, let's see where this is going to go. Next thing you know, they're 20 minutes over their set time, and the packing peanuts are literally caked with so much beer and crap that they're literally stuck to the floor, and we had to use a scraper to get them off.
Jesus.
I mean, it was so bad. And then the guy's refusing to wear a T-shirt. It just became a hassle. It's just like, you know what? We're just, no disrespect to you. Just, your music was good, but
You didn't
I just
respect the
want
rules.
to deal with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with you as a person or a band. So sorry.
You don't have to-
I can't do it.
Nowhere in the title booking agent is their parent anywhere.
Or babysitter.
I get
Yeah.
it. People go through shit, man, and that is your release. You know, whether it's home life or whatever the case, man. We get it. That's why we're there too. You know?
Yeah.
We all have our own problems, but man, have some class.
Yeah,
Have
right.
some respect for yourself.
Seriously. Oh my God. So wait, now, fuck. Hold on. I forgot my question. Go ahead. Continue. Fuck. That's something good.
So I just want to know, like, what went through their head. They're like, you know what would be really dope? What's that? So, like, we go, like, 20 minutes over our set, right? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, and then, hear me out. Packing peanuts. And they're like, holy shit.
can I-
There's nothing more hardcore than packing peanuts.
To clarify, were they throwing the packing peanuts into the crowd or
So
something?
at some point, the lid came off. And I don't remember actually like seeing anything happen, but I just saw the large explosion of packing peanuts everywhere throughout the crowd. And now they classify themselves, I guess, as a riot band. I'm not really sure how
Wow,
that
that's a
works,
hardcore riot, bro.
but
Packing
it's
peanuts.
some sort of hardcore thing that these guys do, and there's not many bands that do it. I mean, thank God. And if there are any bands out there, I hope that people would warn me so that I don't go through that again. You know, their
fair,
music
you know.
is not the issue. You know, I would book them because their music is good.
Yeah.
I don't want to clean up your mess, especially if you're not going to clean it up.
Yeah. That's to me, that's the ignorant part. Like, maybe if you were like a big time band and you had like the production company, you had like all that, you had people literally hired to do that.
Exactly.
Sure.
Crew, yeah.
But like, you don't. So like, don't be like, fuck your venue, clean it up. Like, that doesn't work.
It's like Slipknot freaking dumping all the glittery crap all over the crowd and stuff. It's like, the venue knows this is going to happen.
The 65-year-old janitor at the stadium is watching him kick over all those buckets of glitter, and he's like, those damn kids. He's like standing there with his mop bucket waiting for the show to be over, and he's like, that's gonna take me all goddamn week to clean up. Glitter forever.
All right,
I'm not getting this out of my clothes ever. My wife's gonna kill me thinking I'm with some young...
I'm thinking I'm at the strip club.
Young woman.
I'm gonna fart glitter for weeks.
God. All right, this one is a little bit off topic, but on topic. So we were talking about booking, but we were also talking about very briefly, kind of like how the music scene kind of died down for a little bit, because we were talking about the Champ and like how back in like what 20, probably what would we say, 08 to 2013 was a pretty significant time for it.
Yeah, that was prime Champ years. Yeah,
and some shit changed, and this is something that we've talked about with a lot of bands. Something I never actually thought about until we've got to this aspect is that, do you think that one, there was an oversaturation of both booking and bands, everybody going, oh, it's just that easy, let's just do it, and it's not? But also, do you think there was a huge uptick of shitty bands and shitty booking agencies that made the situation displeasing for the audience and the bands alike, to the point where that's what may have caused the downtick, which it seems like the metal scene is going back up right now, which is fucking sick.
Amazing.
But do you think that may have played a role in it, of just too many bands getting screwed over and too many bands screwing over booking agents, and then everybody just kind of said, fuck it?
I think that's a really good question. I'm going to let you answer and then I'll answer.
Exactly. I believe that 100%, because there was a time period where we all went to shows 2008 to 2013. I mean, it was huge. I had a kid in 2012, so I disappeared myself, but that was my own personal thing going on. But there was definitely a bunch of crappy booking agents, and I can't say that they were crappy people. Can't say that they were crappy businessmen, but that's the problem is they were businessmen. They wanted to make their money, so I think a lot of bands just got either screwed over, or the booking agent themselves was getting screwed over, and the bands themselves were just crappy, and there was a lot of it going on. It's like, oh, everybody can start a band. I've only been playing for 3 weeks.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, as someone that was in the scene at that time, not even saying that I was good, but like in the scene at that time, like, bro, it was hard to like meet any dude my age at the time that wasn't in a band of some sort. Like, even if they didn't play shows, like they were in a band and they practiced in their mom's basement.
Exactly.
Or if they had a band and they realized, shit, music isn't really for me, they went into booking. They were like, oh, I'm a promoter now. I promote. And I'm like, what have you promoted? They're like, it's soon to be announced. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like big things coming, guys, big things. And I'm just like, and you never hear anything from them ever again. I 100% agree. I think it was way oversaturated. And then, everyone knew about the Champ. So there was only one person, we all know who he is, that benefited from that oversaturation. And he definitely... He played it to his advantage. Now, granted, he didn't need that because he already discovered a very influential band at the time, and he was the reason why they got to where they were, but that's fine. But he could have played things different and been more real and like supportive of the scene, instead of being like, I support the scene.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I just wanted to clear up real quick, and I'll let you go back to, there was a lot of times at like Champ and places alike where you would see a new band that like, some of them were really trying, but like I've watched so many bands back then, they couldn't even make it through one of their own songs. And like some of them, kudos to you for going out there and still trying anyways. That's
you got to start
cool.
somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to have your first show.
And it's probably going to be an absolute freaking mess.
Oh, and that's how it is for everybody.
That's what you do.
Dude, I'll reveal a secret right now. My very first show with Ashes of Adonis, I forgot all the words to our songs. I was out there just reading the lyrics like over and over and over again before we went on the show. Before we went on stage. The moment I got on stage, mind dump. I was completely blank. I could not recall a single thing. I screamed Mary Had a Little Lamb in just different variations the entire show. Don't care. No one fucking knew.
Now, I do feel like there was also a secondary group of just dudes that just wanted to say they were in a band, and they just like put together the bare minimum, and I feel like that kind of ruined the name a little bit for the music scene.
That was really irritating too.
But
And it happened a lot.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It happened quite a bit. I remember the first time I tried out for a band. It was it was horrible. And then that was the moment that I realized this is not for me.
See, I can't imagine
I can't
that.
I just remember I walked in and they were like, "All right, start doing your thing." And I went to go scream and I was like, "What do I do? What do I say? I didn't
What do you want me to say?
Yeah, like, do you want me to sing along with something else? Because I've never heard your music before, But hey, I gave it a little shot. It was really bad. And then I'm sure they'll admit the same thing. It was really bad.
But at least you tried.
I tried, and then I realized that this isn't for me, so I'll find something else. And that's why I got into booking, and I actually booked the first show that I ever did. I think that was back in 2016, 2015, something like that.
Damn.
I was up in Liverpool somewhere, some crap place
That's
out in the
Oh,
middle of nowhere.
Was it the Fire Hall in Liverpool?
No, it was a bar, but it was cool. Like the place
Okay.
was awesome, and we got up there and we had
Because I've definitely played the Fire Hall at Liverpool.
we only had 4 bands. It was kind of kind of slapped together, but the show turned out great.
Gotta start
They were
somewhere.
really happy. They were like, "Let's bring more shows up there." And I was like, "All right, let's not go to the Champ because it's
certain reasons.
not good anymore."
Yeah.
And then we didn't do it anymore, and then come 3 years later, we started doing it all over again. But got a better offer, got a better opportunity, and I'm glad that we're not at the Champ, and then I love it. I'm glad it's not here anymore.
I would love to see, we're in this reboot phase right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're rebooting everything. I would love to see the Champ rebooted, but under completely different management. Someone from us, our friends group, someone that knew what the Champ was in its heyday, and just, I don't know, through crypto or something, just got a shit ton of money, and they were like, we're gonna build the Champ to be the Champ. I'd be here for it.
I would love it.
Yeah, I would be. I'd 100% take all my money.
And I would, I would even go over there and say, "Hey, you know what? When can we book?"
Yeah, Reaper booking
Well,
at your service.
I literally can call bands right now and have a show tomorrow.
I think one thing that the Champ would need, just because listen, we're getting older. There's newer, younger crowds in here now. That place would need a little bit of a facelift, just because, and not necessarily a full facelift. They need to accent their traditional things. The fucking giant door with the stickers on it. Leave that shit there, but they got to change it up a little bit.
Oh,
You
no,
can't
I'm
leave
saying-
it the
No,
same for
these
2
kids
fucking
need
years.
to know what it's like to sit on a crummy couch that's been outside for 10 years.
That shitty bathroom.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that never has toilet paper.
You were pretty sure
I'm
you were
saying
getting
keep the
something.
staples, but just change a little bit.
No, I'm saying I'm here for them building a brand new building, literally,
Oh, no, not
having the funny building an entire, but they keep the name, they keep the traditions, but they're it's state of the art, brand new, clean, but they're we're the Champ, and it's we're the good Champ, the Champ you remembered, the Champ that you deserved. I would be, I'd be there
the
for it.
bands. Yeah,
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
The Champ. No ticket sale minimums. No pay to play. We have liquor. We have alcohol. We have... Oh, my God. You could name... Oh, my God. You know what? If any of you steal this, I don't fucking care. I want royalties. You could literally name every menu on every food menu item, or the beer, iconic bands that played there. You could be,
that would actually be awesome.
you could call it an early ending ale, shit like that, or
You might be onto something.
August Burns Red
Timestamp,
Burger.
we need to cut this part.
Let's go start something, guys.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, fuck talker with Daniel.
How do you want your burger done? August Burns Red.
Oh my God.
Do you want August doesn't have red? August is looking for red. August burns red. You're ooh, August burns red. You're good choice. Good choice.
Comes out rare.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, dude.
I didn't think it was going to be bloody like this. What'd you expect?
Do you want it Ashes of Adonis style? Yes, it just comes out. It's just fucking ash. It's just a pile of burnt shit. They're oh, we don't like that. I'm yeah, that's because we were shit. We were ash. But we weren't that bad. But no, I'm saying I would be here for it. But no, Yeah, dude, it was definitely like oversaturated. Saturated. It was definitely oversaturated for sure. And yeah, I never really thought about it until you brought that up. Like that is 100% the case. Like
I think it just kind of became a dime a dozen kind of quickly. And then like too many bands were getting screwed over then too. Like back in 20, at least like let's say for the sake of Facebook, because around the time frame like 2010, 11 is around the time Facebook started taking over MySpace. And I still remember even back then seeing people like constantly, I don't want to say bitching or complaining, but like speaking out against booking agents back then that were not good booking agents. Like I don't know how many pay to play posts I saw.
Yeah,
all the time.
Dude,
pay to play is
it sucks.
What is your like as a booking agent? Explain pay to play to an audio listener that might not know what pay to play is and what are the problems with it and how do you fix a system like that?
Pay to play is basically I come in as a booking agent and say, you know what? I need to make 250 ticket sales. So I'm going to bring in a bunch of local bands because I'm not going to make the big bands sell these tickets. I mean, they're not from around here. So I'm going to bring in, let's say, 5 local bands. And then I'm going to make them sell 50 tickets each. And I'm going to put them a promise that after those 50 tickets, I'm going to pay them. But if they don't make 50 ticket sales, which is extreme amount of ticket sales for anything, especially if you're like, oh, well, this band that's going to sell 250 tickets. I don't even know if they're going to sell 250 tickets. I bring in a band that only is going to bring in 150 people in this area. I'm literally screwing the local bands over. They're literally trying to sell these tickets to their mom, their grandma, their aunt.
That's exactly what we did.
I remember people being like, buy the ticket, you don't even have to come to the show.
We said that
just
so many
support
times.
my bands.
Yes.
You know, and then they're out. These local bands are out. They're running around, driving all the way from Harrisburg to Lancaster to York to just
illegally
just to meet
setting
these
up
people.
I don't know how
tables in the mall with our merch and tickets. I definitely was one of those people in front of Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember meeting with people all the time, and it's like, why would I buy them through the Champ? Why wouldn't I just hit up one of the guys in the bands? Oh, I'll just find them and help them out because I know that if they don't make that 50 tickets, they're going to have to turn around and pay this guy to be able to play. Oh, you only sold 43. Well, now you got to pay $20 a piece for those 7 remaining tickets. It's even worse if you didn't sell that many. You sold only 25. Now you got to pay the rest of that.
you have to pay out of pocket to get minimum.
If you don't, some promoters will force you to pay it. Some will eat it, which is few and far between, very few and far between. And the others will just say, well, you know what? I'll give you this chance. And then next time you don't sell these tickets,
You're not playing.
you're not playing. And there's been plenty of times I've seen bands just get completely screwed over. Drive an hour and a half to a show and they can't even play because they only sold 23 tickets when they had to sell 25.
And yeah, exactly. Now they're out another $40. And most of these guys starting out local bands, I mean, like a lot of us started out in high school or college when you don't have a lot of college
your
age.
McDonald's salary is not going to cover any of this.
I
You
remember
barely have enough gas to fucking get there.
We used to have.
you were spending your money on beer and everything else, and you weren't even 21. So there was like you're getting the $10 upcharge for that case.
There was a whole nother problem to that too, is that even you could have loyal fans that absolutely wanted to buy your ticket, but you can't make people buy it early. So we'd always have people hit us up on the day of the show where like, I'm sorry, but I left and I have to be there at noon to start setting up for the show, even though the show isn't till 5 or whatever. So I'm there, and all of a sudden people are hitting us up going, well, we want to buy tickets like to your show tonight. And it's like, dude, I already had to turn them in. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't sit on them and
even if
Right.
that you show
even if
up.
you
Right.
make the ticket minimum, I just remember like our very first show with Ashes of Adonis, we sold. It was either 100 or 1,000 tickets, and I want to say 1,000's wrong, but like I just remember like it was like literally it was a fuck ton of tickets. So that's what makes me think it was 1,000. I knew it was. I know it was
Thousands a lot of fucking tickets,
That's
bro.
a lot of tickets.
We sold a lot of fucking. We sold more tickets than every other band, including the headliner combined. And when we were done, someone who we're not going to mention names, I approached them for my payment, and he said, "Oh, don't worry, I got you next time." And I said, I'm sorry, what? I was like, what do you mean next time? I was like, we sold the most tickets out of everyone. He's like, yeah. He's like, but that's beginner's luck. And I was like, I do not care. We sold more tickets than everyone else here combined. Where's our payout? He was so annoyed. He went in the register. He pulled out $120 for 5 members to split.
Fuck that.
I was pissed. And that's when I had the bad taste in my mouth. Now, I will go ahead and say, without saying certain names, that person then later on, when I was in like more mature projects, he is definitely the reason why I got to play with some of my idols, because I was in a situation where there was too much booking. There was 2 promoters and they ended up double booking 2 bands. And we literally had to go to the office and sit down with said person, and he was like, well, who's the bands? And we had a representative from each band come with for the meeting, and the promoters were like, we have this and this, and he was literally like, you and you're staying, the rest of you go, sorry, it sucks. And we ended up going on second to last. So, and that was at the Chameleon Club. So I was like, fuck, I want to hate you, but like, thank you so much right now. Like, you're the best.
And that's how he was, though. He would give you this incredible opportunity, but at the same time, he would screw you over.
Yeah,
and it's like
that's how he kept you like on a string.
Yeah,
and it was I just didn't like that at all.
We could ever get him on here and be like, hey man, why don't you come on here and clear the air? But then
honestly,
that would probably not.
Honestly, I would love.
I don't think there's any
he
air
would
to
definitely
clear,
defend
but
himself. That's for sure.
I would love to have him on and literally have neutral ground and be like, hey, so thanks for coming on, but like, why do you think there is this like inclusive hatred for you in the scene around here? What do you think from your end? Like, we want to hear your side of the things, because I know you've heard it. I know you had to have heard it. There's so many people in the music scene that are ballsy enough or just stupid enough to be like, fuck you. Like,
oh, they'd say it right to him.
Right to him.
But like, he knows it. He knows.
I would honestly, I would like to sit down with him and dive in his brain. Like, tell us your side. Tell us what it is. Like, what was why were things ran the way they were? Why were things done the way they were? And why do you think it was okay? I'm not attacking you. I'm just curious. And I think that would be a really good episode.
I think it would be too. But
definitely.
At the same time, I don't know if he'd ever answer to it, because maybe he feels guilty for the shit he did. Some people do shitty things, and I'm not defending him.
I'm not defending him.
Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want to go into his past. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows him. We could reach out.
I'd be down.
When I first started doing this, I did ask him questions, because I was curious. Like, what caused you? Why does everybody hate you? So I asked him that, and he did give me a little bit of insight about the pay to play. That was the biggest thing that he gave.
That's 100%.
And for him, it wasn't pay to play, and that's where there's a whole different mindset. There's the people that believe, oh, you got to pay to be able to play this show, and then there's the people that are like, well, it's just selling tickets. It's really not. That's what you should be doing. That you got to put in your dues. And even big bands still think that same thing. You got to put in your dues and pay to be on this tour and all this stuff. So it is prepping you for later on. But I see how hard it is for a lot of these local bands. He explained a lot of that to me, so I understood. But I don't agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
I decided this isn't the way we want to do these things. I want to do this different. So when Keith and I started this whole thing, said, we're going to do this a little different. We're going to run with this in a totally different direction. And let's make sure these guys walk home with something, even if it's $5. And I'm not going to ask them to sell tickets. What I'm going to ask you to do is promote it. And if I don't see you promoting it, I'm not booking you again. It was pretty simple.
I'm telling you what, if that was all I had to do, I'd be spamming the hell out of social media. That is so much easier, because I can literally do that. Like, I can go to work, I can do everything that I need to do that day, no matter how busy I am being like a working musician. But at the end of the day, when I go home and I lay down in bed, I can literally sit there on my phone and just spam. Facebook, Instagram. It's so easy. And
it's a huge difference between what we were doing before, though. I mean, like back, like we were talking about before, 2008 to 2013. I mean, fucking smartphones didn't come out till 2011, 11, 10.
It was so much harder back then.
It was so much harder. You couldn't spam Facebook. Instagram didn't even exist.
No.
Instagram didn't come out till
Facebook was still just like the same size as MySpace at that time. Like, it wasn't this like conglomerate.
Yeah, people were still making the switch.
You literally hung out at shows and said, hey, come see my band in like 9 weeks. We're going to be playing here. And you would try to sell, and you would do that every single weekend until...
I remember those days. You would go to other shows to promote your upcoming show.
Exactly.
Like,
And
oh,
people
you like this
came.
band? You like this type of music? Oh, you'll love us. Like, we're very similar.
Dude, I had people come up to me in the mall and try to sell me tickets. I've had people come up to me in gas station parking lots and give me a free copy of their band CD. Like, they're like, yo, check us out. By the way, we played the Champ. On the back is all of our next dates at the Champ. And I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty smart. You had to
Yeah.
get creative with it.
Yep. You know, now that's why we kind of want to keep some of that old school stuff.
I
to
love it, too.
So that's why we put flyers up on the wall. You know,
Dude, I'll never get sick of flyers. Flyers are dope.
It's
paste.
the easiest way to do it because the chances of you seeing my Facebook post or my Instagram post, more than likely, unless you're interacting with me, you're never going to see it.
No, nothing.
You know, so for me to put up a flyer on there, you might come to the drag show that was there the night before and be like, "Oh man, I didn't know these guys were playing here," and I'm going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm not gonna lie, that's
And
exactly what I do. Every time I'm at JB's and I have to go take a piss, I'm just like,
they're right there in front of you.
like, oh man, I remember that show. I was here to that, and then I was like, wait, this one wasn't here last week. What's this one? And I'm just like, I'm right there. Because what the fuck else am I gonna do? I'm not gonna pull my phone out while I'm pissing. I might drop it in the toilet. I might pee on it. So I'm gonna read the flyers that are right behind the toilet, and I'm like, good. This is like before smartphones, and you had to go take a shit, and you're like, and you'd grab the shampoo bottle, and you just read the ingredients of the shampoo bottle. Same thing, same difference, but it's better because I'm like, upcoming music. I like this.
Yeah, I mean, I've had times where literally I've walked into the bar by my house and like have seen like my friend's name up on the list and it's like so and so is playing like Derek. It's like, oh, Derek's playing here on like April 13th or whatever date, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even see his Facebook post about it. I know he makes posts about it. I see him all the time. I didn't even see it, but at this point, I saw it in person. It works.
It works. It definitely works.
Can we take a quick? Oh, God.
Plus, those flyers are really great decor to cover up all the punches and holes in the wall.
Puke splatters.
This is also true.
And the
like
piss and everything else. You know,
That is also
you
true.
wouldn't be. You wouldn't imagine the amount of holes that I've covered up, and then just put the flyer over top and staple it on, and then it's like you got to rip it off, and you're like, oh. Shit, there was a hole there. We'll just put the new one up over top. You gotta fix this. I mean, shit, there's still flyers there from a year and a half ago. That shows that never happens.
That's just keep putting them up. Eventually, we'll build a new paper wall.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have a new wall. I think this is a good spot to take a break.
I gotta pee real bad. Let's take 5.
Okay,
All right,
take
guys,
5.
I'll be right back. It's gonna be 2 for you, not even.
So we went to Brent and Lizzie's wedding. For people that don't know, Brent of Flesh of the Lotus, the guy that's a really bad drummer, and when I say bad, I mean like probably the worst.
It's probably all the tattoos and sin
It's Sin's really weighing down his hands.
Yeah, the balding and everything else that's just.
Oh, that is. I don't know if it's that far.
Easy now. Some of us are balding in here now.
But like no,
with my long luscious locks.
dude,
It's a trick. It's bald under there.
Shh, don't give away my secrets.
So for the people that don't know, me and Travis were groomsmen for this, and you know, I was like, okay, like cool. I've been to weddings, but I've never been part of a wedding, and I was like, okay, like whatever. But we got there, man, and like we already knew because we went on the bachelor party together, so we already knew we had a good group of guys together. But
It was
like,
awesome.
It was so much fun. But then we got to the wedding, and like it was fun just all around. But then when the actual wedding happened, like there was so many people that were asked, like, oh, you know, like, oh, like how do you know Lizzie, or like, blah 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 blah, and like almost everyone had the same answer. I found this out like later on the night. Like I guess like the it was Brent's grandma that was walking around asking, and apparently almost everyone gave like the same answer. They're like, you know, they've been together for so many years. Like all of us were just kind of like, you know, like damn, it's about time. Every single person at that wedding was just literally genuinely happy to be there and genuinely happy to witness this moment finally happening. There was not like a single dry eye in that entire wedding attendance.
It got me to cry, which is pretty impressive.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting to see that money shot that the photographer said. She said she got the money shot where she got a picture of all the groomsmen wiping their eyes at the same time. And I have yet to see that picture.
Well, I haven't seen any pictures. So
What?
Except for the ones that they posted.
Lizzie? Oh, yeah, except for the ones that they posted. Yeah, exactly. That's right.
It's all right, Danny.
was-
We'll make it viral.
Where's the
Just a
pool
headshot of
pictures?
Danny?
You know what? I'll get
Or a
Brent
headshot of
to
Alan,
come out
I mean.
later. Be like, hey, buddy, where's
buddy.
some pictures?
Yeah, I need
And he'd be
to-
like, oh no, where's we got to talk to Lizzie and
I need some new
Lizzie
dating
probably
profile
has them
pictures.
all.
And I was looking real good in some of them. I was looking real good. And
not
every
gonna lie,
picture, just a different shot from the wedding. That's
I don't gotta know that one that September got at me was freaking money.
Was it? I didn't see that one.
Oh, where we were coming down the elevator with all the beer and all the alcohol that we were basically taking back to the after party. And
I didn't see that one
Kurt
at all.
and September and Mitch are standing there at the doorway, and they opened the door, and I was so shocked and surprised. They literally got a picture of like just like, oh my god, what are you doing?
That's
This is
awesome.
That's awesome.
Dude, it was
such a good wedding.
it
So
was an
congratulations,
absolute-
Brent and Lizzie.
absolute blast.
Don't get divorced.
I mean, I've been in a lot of weddings.
Whoa. Wait, hold on.
Damn, that
Did you
was
say don't
awesome.
get divorced like me?
You're divorced?
No, you said that with your words in your mouth. Were you married?
No, what?
You said don't get divorced like me.
No, I didn't say like me. I just said, don't get divorced. And that was it. I didn't say anything else.
Did anybody else hear something?
Let's roll that back, Hunter.
I got nothing.
Oh, that was so good.
I mean, he did go around the wedding saying, I give it 3 months. I've been together for 10 years.
I literally did, it was like there was like a lull and everything, and they're like blah 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 blah. It wasn't like during like the actual ceremony, but it was like when someone was doing like a speech or whatever, and then there was like that quick little lull. I was like, I give him 3 months, like, and everyone was like, ha ha ha, shut the fuck up. And I was like, okay. I got the
Not
looks.
appropriate, Alan.
People were like, ha 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 ha, and I was like, okay, yeah, I got it.
Not the audience for that joke.
Nope.
They did have these Philly cheesesteak spring rolls. And I ruined my goddamn dinner with them things.
Oh.
They had them like during cocktail hour.
They were
and
so good.
I just kept eating them and eating them and
So
eating
good.
them. And then I after like 7 of them, I was like, I'm pretty sure I ruined my dinner. Oh, I totally did. We went to dinner and I was like, yeah, I'm not hungry anymore.
I think what we have to do is when I get married, Rusty Rail. Same bachelor party. It's like same group. When you get
Same
married,
group of people.
When you get married, Rusty Rail. Same group of people.
What is
we
Rusty
could
Rail?
interchange
Rusty Rail
one
Brewing
person.
Company.
Where's that?
What was the town? Mifflinburg?
Yeah, Mifflinburg.
Mifflinburg.
Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania.
The beer wasn't bad.
The,
I mean,
the beer could have been better in my
could have
opinion.
been better.
It was like it's Brent's
The place
favorite
is-
brand, but yeah, the location
place was
is
beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
The setup, the room, they have like hotel rooms there. They have a little apartment complex across. I mean, this place.
It was
If
amazing.
you're doing a wedding,
That's where you go.
The above and
Plus,
beyond.
plus, when you're dancing, the floor shakes really bad.
Oh yeah, we did. What was it's that boom, 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 and when
Jump
you're
on it.
jump on it, jump on it,
Jump on it.
bro. When they were doing like the boom, boom, I don't know if it was the alcohol and the energy of the guys. We jumped and slammed our feet as hard as we could, so badly that the DJ mid-song was like, change. Like, it was, we were like, you felt the whole floor be like, goosh, 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 goosh. And he was like, nope. Like, just like, change the song.
He starts stomping, and I was like, Alan, if you're gonna stomp, let's be overly aggressive about this. I mean, we had our legs up high, slamming them down.
Slamming him
And then
down.
we were just jumping as hard as we could. And the DJ definitely was. I think he was mad.
He was pissed. He didn't talk to me the rest of the night. That's why he
think he
put
looked at me.
In Sync last.
That was the song you picked too.
I did it like at the beginning of the reception. That's why he did. Oh, that
You
motherfucker.
went and pissed
I
him
actually
off.
think I missed it. I might have been at the liquor store at the time.
You missed the whole dance strip thing that they did, like the chair strip thing.
I
did
would be
miss
glad
that.
I missed that. No, I'm kidding.
I literally dipped out for like a half an hour to go to the liquor store. Because they were
You
about
did
to
miss it.
close,
You
and I
did
dipped
miss
out,
it.
and I ran to the liquor store. I had
shit.
nothing in my pockets. So I run over to Kurt, and I'm like, "Hey, give me the room key. Do you have any cash on you? I don't know if I'm gonna make it." So he handed me like $40, and I was like, "All right, cool. Like we're gonna book over to the liquor store." I thought it was around the corner. Well, the one that was around the corner was closed. So we drive 10 miles out to get to this liquor store that's literally about to close in
I
5
did
minutes.
not know.
I had nothing in my pockets. I didn't have an ID, no mask, no nothing. I walked in, and the first thing she says to me is, "Put your mask on." And I was like, I am at a wedding, and I literally have $40 in my pocket, and I want to buy
Like you were
booze.
still in the suit.
I was still in the suit.
Like he knows he's not bullshitting. He's
I was
like,
sweating.
you think
I
I'm
was
wearing like seafoam green tie because I want to? No offense, Brent. No offense, Brent. It was gorgeous. The dresses looked great on the women. Just saying. But like, not my first color of choice.
I definitely got lucky being able to buy that booze, though.
So we're gonna end this on Brent and Lizzie. You guys had a great wedding. Literally anyone else, if I'm gonna be in the wedding, you got some fucking work to do to top that.
You've
enough.
topped all the other weddings.
Topped
I've
all the
ever
other
been
weddings,
in.
every single one. But congratulations again. Reaper Booking though. So you got some upcoming shows though.
We do.
Tell me about them.
We're working on some upcoming stuff. So we just got I guess it's kind of a green light because they're starting to do the shows.
Yes.
So if that gets you a little excited, it gets us excited.
I mean, I'm pitching a tent right now.
Pants are turning into shorts real quick.
I mean, I just want to see blood, man. I just want to see blood.
You just
want to
see people getting punched in the face.
I want to see this happening. So
I'm down.
I give it about the end of the month. We'll definitely have something rolling. I'm hoping because we'll probably be doing them at the pub, and we're just waiting for the brewery to open.
That's awesome.
But
Are you guys gonna be the first show at the new location?
So, from my understanding, I hope so. Hey.
You shut your mouth. You don't know what we're talking about.
I know. Let's just put it this way.
So aggressive.
Like, do I not? I don't know. I thought I fought. Okay.
He's like, was I not here for this entire episode? I'm pretty sure I knew what we were talking about.
I know what band that's going to be playing first at the brewery, but we haven't completed a lineup for it.
Can you tell us?
I'll tell you what. If the new place has carpet like what it used to be, the sound's going to be amazing.
Oh, like a Quicker Steak?
Oh, dude, it would be awesome because it was so like acoustically sound for such a big room.
So the carpet was so bad they ripped everything out. It's got like a nice epoxy floor to
Did they keep any of the cars?
So they got rid of the cars, but when they brought the car down and they flipped it over, a chicken wing fell out.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god,
Yes.
that's awesome.
It's so awesome. Like the place. I mean,
I actually know who did that.
Are you
nothing
serious?
against Quaker Steak and Lube. Their food sucks, but the place was utterly disgusting. I mean,
I only ever went there once.
I've seen pictures.
I don't think that place is around anymore anywhere.
Maybe
There's probably still one out in York.
Probably. I mean, I always thought they were from Scranton. Apparently,
I never went.
So they were.
Yeah,
they were
I did
gross.
know that though. I did. They were from Pittsburgh. I did know that.
There's better things from Pittsburgh.
Not many, but
No, not
some.
many. But there's definitely better.
The city's great.
The
people are great. You just have a bad football team, a bad baseball team, bad hockey team. Every sport.
Go Philadelphia! Let's go! Come on!
Go Birds! Go Birds!
Wait, you an Eagles fan?
Bruh.
We've never.
I literally went to the bar with you guys to an Eagles game.
Yeah, but I thought you were a fan of somebody else for whatever reason.
Hockey, I'm a Vegas Knights fan, but that's it. Everything else, I'm Philly.
I'm a Ducks fan.
I didn't even go to G's once this year. Wasn't worth it. With all the COVID restrictions, I go there to get rowdy.
So confident about that for no reason. You're like, I didn't go to G's once this year. Wasn't worth it. I was like, so.
All right.
Oh, it wasn't worth it.
2 years ago, I went there almost every fucking Sunday for the game. So,
Yeah.
actually, I'm pretty sure every single Sunday game we went. And like that place. Are you an Eagles fan by chance? Or football?
I like the Eagles, but I don't really care for football.
I feel that.
I mean, I played hockey for like 25 years, so.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
That's all me.
That's
Hockey.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you ever want to go catch a good Eagles game, I will plug them because I love supporting them. Mr. G's on North 6th Street in Harrisburg, dude. Like, it doesn't matter how into or not into football you are gonna be into football there. They hand out bells, they give you beads, like green bead
So it's
necklaces.
a whole party.
So,
yeah,
yeah,
the Eagles
I mean,
were-
I'm down for the party.
If you
Oh, yeah.
sitting through hearing
But you're
for
hyped
4
about it.
hours, it's great. It's the best thing
I
ever.
mean, if I'm drunk, I don't give a shit what
Oh,
you're
and that's the
I
best
hate it.
part. Anytime we score, the owner's just like, free fireball for everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm in.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
in.
Especially if it's a playoff game or something.
okay, I wasn't there for that part.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
But I hate
talking about
Fireball, so I don't care.
it. I mean,
when it's a free shot and the birds
Yeah.
just scored.
No.
Yep.
it's better than Rumplemints.
There's like a lot of like
I feel like, when he's like,
tradition
free
there.
shots for everyone, and everyone's like, and it lows down. I'm like, I give him 3 yards, and like give him 3 months. Same joke. It was a terrible joke. It was a shitty joke. I'm not good at joking about sports. Okay, I'm not a sportsy guy. I played soccer.
And that was a good
okay?
question once when it didn't land. I'm glad he's
go.
gone. All right, let's go. Come on. All right, so Reaper Booking, we got some shit coming up here. Not shit. We got some good stuff coming up here
Good
soon.
stuff. And if you're in a band and you want to come play a show, hit us up. Send
How
us
can
a
they get in
message.
contact with Reaper Booking?
You know, we have a Facebook, we have an Instagram, we have personal accounts you can find us at, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that have tagged us.
Can you give everyone your personal cell phone number so they can get in contact with you right now?
876-5309.
867.
It's 8675309.
Totally fucked that up too.
That's Barbara, and she's a very nice lady. Don't you ever disrespect her like that again.
717-420-6969. Sorry. Just had to be that douchebag.
Oh, I was
Somebody-
like, whose number is he actually plugging? And then, it's lit.
Yeah.
Totally not giving up myself.
That's probably one of the funniest things you've ever done on this show.
I like it. I appreciate it. Makes up for the shitty 3-yard joke.
That'll be the intro.
Alan on repeat. Gluck, gluck.
But yeah,
Hey, no.
if you want to find us on Facebook
PlayStation?
and PlayStation. I do have a PlayStation account. King Zero Draka.
There we go.
There's your plug.
There we go.
Yeah, you can find me
book
on
exclusively
Xbox
through that.
on Zero Draka, and you can find me on Steam on King Zero Draka. But that's me personally. Reaper Booking. You can just type in Reaper Booking. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, if we
have
do
a
a Google
website?
search, can
We
we
don't
find,
have a website. I wish we did.
So if we
we're-
type in
we're working
Google
on it.
Reaper Booking, does it bring up your guys' Facebook?
Oh, I hope so.
He's like, fuck, that's a good question.
Yes, that's a really good question.
We're gonna go back to the research and development, the R&R team, and we're gonna figure out if that works or not. And if not, we're gonna have a very strongly worded email sent to Google.
I do know that we are planning to do some merchandise
Yep,
for
there it is.
ourselves.
It does. It's the first result.
Yep.
Awesome.
Hey, now you
Now you don't have to pay your R&R team. You can fire them.
That's one milestone right out the window right there, and we've. You know what? We're accomplished. We're done. I don't actually need to do anything.
All right.
We have the best tag for Reaper Booking. We're out.
Bye.
We're done.
Good night.
Is this it? We're dropping the mics?
We're done.
All right. Good night, guys. Oh, wait. Are we not? Oh, shit. I don't know what we're doing.
It's your show. You run this.
Whose fucking idea was that?
I don't know. Maybe when we put your name in the title of the show.
All right. Technically, the name came before anybody else except for Chris. Chris, you were still helping out back then.
Yeah.
Not by helping out, I mean doing all the work except for talking.
Yeah.
You can find me on a couple podcasts back then.
Yeah, you can, dude. We did one a few weeks ago. It should be out by. It's out by now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Were you guys cheating on me?
You were gone.
Whoa.
This is what happens when you leave.
No, that's like the age-old saying of like we were on a break. No,
We were on a break, Alan.
that
doesn't mean you can sleep around.
The keys to a good relationship: trust and communication.
Listen, we tried calling you.
Yeah, man, we tried.
That's a fucking lie. I have an iPhone. They don't fail.
Hunter,
You
say
need to
something.
update it.
I'm Team iPhone, but Hunter, I know you got something good back there.
Hunter.
Dun, 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 dun. Updates with Hunter.
We gotta get a
Just
segment.
Alan.
Yeah, we gotta
Just
get.
Alan
We gotta
going,
get a Hunter.
"Oh,
We gotta get a Hunter segment. But
Wait, hold on.
Dun,
Wait,
dun,
Hunter,
dun,
how'd that
dun.
go? How'd it go?
oh, oh."
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, one more time.
Well, I mean, I just got you to do it again.
Yeah, so, yeah. What was it?
Oh, oh.
Okay, so there's our intro.
I like the motion with it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh god.
what are we're talking about? We're talking about mic checks, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only way to check your mic is to shove it as far down your throat until you hit your uvula, and
Is that
you
the big
throw
dangly
up.
dang thing?
Yeah, it's the dangle down.
The dangle down.
The
okay.
dangle down. The long hang down.
The long hang down.
Your throat sack.
Yeah, it's your throat wallet.
Throat scrote.
Throat scrote. I like it. It's your throat lipstick because it looks like a red rocket.
Put a nail in the coffin.
Hey,
Yeah, let's put a nail in the
tell me. Oh, fun fact.
No, no, we're done.
Speaking of coffins,
Dun, 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 dun. Fun facts with Alan.
hey, it's me, your boy, Alan. Fun fact, I wrote my will today for reasons that I'm not going to disclose, but I updated my will, and for my funeral expenses, the coffin is what, connected this conversation. I actually wrote for my burial rites, I said that I wanted to be burned on a pyre.
Burned on a pyre?
Awesome.
What's a pyre?
Like Nordic
Viking style?
like Viking style. So I'm burned on a pyre with my family around me, and they celebrate my life instead of being
Are you going to be
depressed.
sent out to sea?
No, I'm gonna be burned on a pyre, like on land.
So
but
the-
then,
So your family's got to watch you burn.
That's what I was going to
We're
say.
getting
Yeah.
a keg of Corona for this, by the way.
no, I actually asked my mom. I was like, "Would you be okay with that?" And she said she would actually be fine with that because she'd rather that than like because she's seen the whole embalming process and how that's
Yeah.
like. She's like, I would much rather just see you like be you and just burn on a pyre. I know that's you. And I also included in the once that process is done, I want my ashes collected. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to like determine.
Dude, this
me
is so
from-
extra, man. Just put me in a hole in the ground.
Just listen. Just listen. This
I
is,
want to be turned into a statue, so
so I want my ashes collected,
towards the bathroom.
and I'm gonna be pressed. I'm gonna be pressed.
Swallow my dad.
into
That's
an
not what's
album.
pointing. sorry.
No one's listening to Alan.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. I actually, I was trying to like pay attention to both of you, but you were both talking, and my ADHD did not let me understand what either one of you said. I just heard you guys talking, and then you guys were laughing, and I was like, good. I was like, I don't know what it is, but good.
So can I bring the long ship to your pyre?
I don't care. I'm down.
Fuck yes.
But
I mean, I already got the look, so
the final detail is I'm going to have my ashes collected, and I'm going to have it pressed into an album. And then I also put in there that it's up to my family. It's their discretion to put whatever songs they want on the album that remind them of me.
Should have all your exes there so they can play you one more time too.
Good night, everyone.